going on, y'all? This is Huggie Pacino. Look, I want to talk about this Andrew Luck thing, and I want to talk about, well, let's compare it to Tony Romo's injury history. You know, because Tony Romo has been injured numerous times. He's been there, done that, and he still was coming back. You know what I mean? I could go through the history of Tony Romo's injuries and see if you could, you know, because maybe everybody's different. Maybe it's not mental toughness. Maybe he's lost his feel for the game. You know, this type of story that you hear about Andrew Luck probably will come out later on. You might hear later about how he really felt. You know what I mean? Y'all remember with Albert Hainsworth when he retired and they found out that he really wasn't even that fucking hurt, and then he just took money and ran, and he just didn't want to play. You know, I can't remember the player that used to play for the Cowboys. I think it was it wasn't Hatcher. I think it was Hatcher. It was one of the defensive tackles who didn't want to play nose tackle. So he wanted to play in a 4-3, and Dallas was in a 3-4 at the time. So he went to another team, and they said that he had a fake injury just so he could leave the team so the team could release him. I remember shit like that. Anyway, this situation here, Dallas Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo is tended by Dallas Cowboy medical staff after getting injured during the third quarter of a play at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia on Sunday, September the 20th, 2015, all right? Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo missed 36 games to injury since becoming a starter midway through the 2006 season, with 23 of them coming in the last 4 seasons. The Cowboys were 1-13 without Romo from 2013 to 2015, but went 8-1 while he was injured this season, and 13-3 overall with rookie quarterback Dak Prescott, starting every game of the 2016 season, okay? Here's a look back at Romo's injury history. 2008 to October 12th, finger. Romo fractured a pinky finger on his throwing hand in an overtime loss to Arizona. He missed 3 games. Cowboys went 1-2 without him, all right? October 25th, 2010, clavicle. Romo suffered the first fracture to his left clavicle in a loss to the Giants at Texas Stadium. He was eventually placed on injury reserve due to the injury, all right? Missed 10 games, 5-5. September 18, 2011, lung in the rib. The quarterback suffered a fractured rib in a win over San Francisco, along with a, what the fuck they say? Pneumothorax, which is essentially a collapsed lung. Wow. Yes, I knew it was a collapsed lung. I didn't know that's what they called it. But Romo finished the game throwing for 345 yards to 2 touchdowns and led the Cowboys to an overtime victory. All right? I want y'all to know something. That particular injury, if y'all don't know, look up the San Francisco game where they was in overtime and he threw that, I forget his name, Jesse Holly. Whoever the fucking wide receiver was, he ain't never caught shit, and he caught that particular pass down the sideline. But Romo had a fractured rib, a collapsed lung, and he still finished that game. And essentially, he finished that whole season. Back surgery. April 2013, Romo back troubles surfaced when he had surgery to remove a cyst. He did not participate in the off-season program, but returned for training camp. All right. Missed no games. 2013 to December 22nd, Romo suffered the injury in the fourth quarter of a 24-23 win in Washington. He had surgery the following week and did not return to training camp. All right. The final game of the season, it was week 16. The game before the final game is when he got injured, but he finished that game and won the game. He threw the pass. I want to say it wasn't Jones, or was it to Choice? Who was the running back at the time? I think it was DeMarco. Was it DeMarco? It wasn't DeMarco Murray. Hell no. I think it was Deshaun Choice, Felix Jones. I forgot who the fucking running back was at the time. But he threw the pass to a running back, and he caught the pass, and they won the game in Washington. I remember that was muddy and shit. Anyway, Romo fractured the transverse process in his back in 2 places against Washington. He returned 2 weeks later to beat Jacksonville in London. All right. Left clavicle. Romo left clavicle was fractured after being sacked by Philadelphia's Jordan Hicks. Missed 7 games. They went 0-7. I remember those change of quarterbacks. Well, that was the most worst. That was probably the worst fucking season I've seen since what? Since the probably shit. If I can remember what, the early 2000s. Anyway, he was 1-4, of course. L1 vertebrae. Romo suffered a compression fracture in his left L1 vertebrae after taking an aqua hit in a preseason game. That's where he didn't come back after that. All right. Now, for those who didn't know, he missed 9 games and they went 8-1. Note, he returned to the active list November the 20th against Baltimore Ravens, but he didn't play. All right. And I remember that final game of the season, he threw a touchdown in a drive. So, Andrew Luck. Let's look at Andrew Luck's injury history. Curious. Recapping Andrew Luck's significant injury history, all right? The physical toll on Andrew Luck through 6 NFL seasons, all right? I want y'all to keep in mind, Romo played more than 6, but hey, let's just keep it real. Let's be fair. Torn cartilage in 2 ribs, partially torn abdomen, a lacerated kidney that left him bleeding, peeing blood. Ooh. At least 1 concussion, a torn labrum in his throwing shoulder, and this mysterious calf ankle issue that led to this. All right. Now, why they call it a mysterious calf and ankle injury issue? That's weird. Now, my thing is that the torn labrum and the throwing shoulder is the recent injury that he claims that it's not having him throwing accurate or whatever. Right? I'm not familiar with a torn labrum. Let's Google on. Let's get our Google on right quick. Labrum is a piece of fibrocartilage rubber tissue attached to the rim of the shoulder socket that helps keeps the ball and joint in place. When this cartilage is torn, it's called a lateral tear. Lateral tears may result from injury, sometimes part of an aging process. Let's get a picture of this. Okay, so that's the rotator cuff I know at the top. Yeah. And the lateral tear is inside the joint. Yeah. So it makes me wonder. The next thing we're gonna want to know is there a certain type of surgery that you didn't have? Does it have anything to do with medical issues? You know what I mean? Like, what's really going on with this? Like, what's the issue? And as we see here, depending on the type of lateral tear, you know what I'm saying? Did he even have surgery? That's a good question. Did he even have surgery? Did he want to have surgery? You know, is this something that, you know, hey, but all I'm saying is just compare and contrast. Tell me what y'all think. I'm out.
Chicken and corn.